So I'm going for a midlife crisis almost. I look like I'm 25 when actually almost midlife. So I'm going for all these hobbies right now. Yes, yes. I'm like the picture of Dorian Gray. I just get older and more evil inside. But so this past summer, like I wanted to try out teaching. So shout out to Julie and Andrew. So I found myself in a classroom in Queens, New York. I managed to get 3 weeks leave of absence because I work in technology, and like technology, like you're the hot girl. Like you don't give a shit about people like trying to give you jobs because everyone wants to hire you. But so I was basically trying to teach high school girls how to code. So there are about 12 to 14 high school girls. There's an organization that I was doing this for, and they have this organization where they bring these people into Microsoft, Google, they put them inside air conditioning. They bring like Sheryl Sandberg in. It's really great. I wasn't Sheryl Sandberg. I was this awkward guy. I know there's a TED talk about body language. I have the worst fucking body language in the world. So, but yes, Amy Cuddy, look her up. So it was 90 degrees that very first day, and because there's no air conditioning in this classroom, there was like we had to get like 6 or 7 fans. So the ambient noise level was really high. There was a projector, but the ambient light level was so ridiculously high, so you couldn't see the projector. I just gave them all the solutions, and I skipped ahead like 3 or 4 lesson plans. They wouldn't answer any questions. I'd be like, "So, what's your favorite game?" And they'd be just like this. But and so, there's this thing called Twitter, and one of the girls is like, "Oh my God, kill me!" And she put like the hashtag of whatever organization, and all the red alarms. You know, red alarms went off like from like national headquarters. Like, what is this guy doing? And like, because there's a picture of me like this, you know. So that problem was resolved. We actually worked closely with that girl. But the thing is that on the 4th day they actually started answering questions. That was a major breakthrough, because for the first 3 days they would just sit there and do nothing. But once they started asking questions, like, I almost felt like I had a connection. And on the 5th day, this is the 3-week program, I had a flash of inspiration because most of the girls were Latino, and we were doing this exercise where you basically bounce a ball back and forth. You know, it's all about algebra and vectors. None of them had algebra, which made it a little more difficult. But the World Cup was the World Cup finals, and I said, you know, let's do a simulation where we're going to kick the ball and make a goalie block the ball. So they all really got into it. Like the girls were drawing from like the top down. They're drawing from the side. They're drawing from like very creative. Like it was almost like for the very first time they were having fun. Not that I'm a bad teacher, but the thing is like the best girl in the class later explained to me that like even though 100% of the girls didn't actually get to the programming part of the exercise, they were actually able to like. I was actually able to connect with the girls for the very first time. So that, even though like I didn't teach them, I was able to like actually, you know, reach their level. Because I don't really relate to high school girls. In fact, in high school, I don't think I relate to high school girls. So the final week, there's a tech company, and like, you know, it was a field trip, and because we had a connection, like we went to BuzzFeed, and then you won't believe what happened next. So literally, BuzzFeed, in the tech hierarchy, you're thinking, oh, they're just like 15 ways to send cat pictures and make you laugh. But actually, that was the very first time where they saw like we're not like gnomes. We don't hide in the dark. BuzzFeed's headquarters, it's on Union Square. They have like free candy, they have free everything. And like women came up and they like telling stories like, you know, if you keep on doing this, you can be up here. You can be in this office. Like it's like I've been trying to tell him that, but they won't believe me. Like I guess it's better if you have someone who looks relatively hip and has some kind of fashion sense and like can relate to the goals tell them about. So so the thing with programming is that, or learning anything, is that you think you're like learning like this, like in traditional school, but the reality is you feel like you're learning like this. And eventually, once you start learning, and like everyone has to go for this, you actually start, you know, gradually going up, even though you feel like you're going up and down. So at the end of the class, like I said, oh, I'm going to show them Dirty Dancing, because this is actually the best movie about learning that I've ever heard. This is not my opinion. Dirty Dancing, like when what's her baby? She's on the vlog. She's blindfolded. No, she's building her confidence, and like it's not about the steps. It's about redefining the labels of who you are. And then yes, she has sex with the teacher, but that's not the point. The thing is, they learned on the final day. Yes, that actually the teacher who was supervising wasn't there that day, so they will remember me in a way. But when they go back to the next time they pick up programming or anything, they're gonna realize it's not about like what people say. It's about you can't light the fire from outside. It's about like you got to pour lighter fluid down your throat and just swallow the match. That's the way you learn.